Hello, dear friends. This world is a cosmic experiment that got out of control. Rodrigo Romo. Opinion piece. Dreamland Operation. Golden Timeline. Land of Dreams. End Times Madness. Second Renaissance. Cultural Flourishing. Culminating Moment. Return of the Mystery Schools. Let's start. Recovering the Mystery Schools of Atlantis after the event and restoring abundance for the Missionaries of Light is the objective of the so-called Dreamland Operation, which means Land of Dreams. These schools went underground after the fall of Atlantis, resurfacing periodically throughout history in ancient Egypt, Greece, Rome, and the Ming dynasty in China, and again in the 20th century Western world, as Cobra explained in the Phoenix Ascension workshop. The true mystery schools will be brought back by the forces of light. Members of the dark forces were once initiated into these schools, but they failed the higher level tests and became deserters. So their understanding remains incomplete. The deeper mysteries will have to wait until after the event to be safely reintroduced. There is a mystery school in Agartha and some of its members surfaced, but that contact had to be severed about 12 years ago. The second aspect of Dreamland Operation is to bring material abundance to the light bearers, and this must happen through the individual manifestation process of each human being. The Poverty Mindset is a program installed by dark forces as part of the old matrix, which must be recognized and released. Abundance is not beyond our reach, nor it is a spiritual contradiction. It is necessary to live without financial worries. Missionaries of light have the best dreams and intentions for humanity, and when they possess resources, they become more powerful. Currently, most people with great wealth have very little spiritual guidance. When enough light bearers sharpen their manifestation abilities and begin to receive abundance, an open energetic channel is created, making it easier for others to manifest as well. Money is available to fund humanitarian projects and healing centers, but it is being blocked by dark forces. This will change over time, but these new manifestation abilities must always be used in alignment with the highest purpose. What is needed is a new system and a new network of support. Definition: Dreamland Operation is an initiative of the forces of light to unleash a new spiritual renaissance similar to that of 500 years ago, led by a hidden global group of white nobility who will restore ancient mysteries and using advanced technologies to liberate humankind from oppressive forces. The second Renaissance is a process of spiritual and material liberation, a global awakening sponsored by luminous forces that restore ancient mysteries and prepare a new era of enlightenment, abundance, and true spirituality, with the active participation of the resistance movement and the unlocking of resources such as the Saint Germain Trust to support the Missionaries of Light in this epochal shift. Its purpose is the revelation of authentic spiritual teachings after millennia of distortion and manipulation during thousands of years of planetary isolation, and to restore material abundance to the Missionaries of Light, conditioned by poverty beliefs linked to spirituality. This operation thus represents a global spiritual and material rebirth to advance toward an era of true freedom and abundance for humanity, especially for those involved in awakening and the spiritual work. It is geared toward restoring ancient spiritual mysteries, sacred lineages of the white nobility, and advanced technologies that were suppressed. It promises disclosure, abundance, and the liberation of humanity from oppressive forces. It involves the Brotherhood of the Star and figures such as Mary Magdalene, bearer of sacred lineages and mysteries, and promises disclosure, abundance, and the victory of the free human spirit. It involves the Brotherhood of the Star and figures such as Mary Magdalene. It's a repetition, excuse me. Land of Dreams. Land of Dreams is the symbolic name Cobra assigns to the planetary state following the event of a new era of spiritual freedom and abundance after the compression or breakthrough, equivalent to the second rebirth led by the Brotherhood of the Star and the white nobility. It represents the final victory of the free human spirit over limiting forces, where the spiritual knowledge of the ancient initiatory schools in plural is restored and the quantum anomaly that has kept Earth in quarantine is discovered. The anticipated universal abundance implies a cosmic connection and the unblocking of Saint Germain's 18th century trust to eliminate poverty and provide abundance to the light bearers once the negative remnants have disappeared, highlighting the divine qualities of compassion, creativity, and love. The event preceding Dreamland Operation is a planetary turning point that enables this initiative. It marks the final disappearance of the cabal and the quantum anomalies that have oppressed humanity. It is described as a simultaneous collapse of the financial, political, and social systems controlled by negative forces, accompanied by a massive disclosure of advanced technologies, benevolent contact, and resistance intervention. The resistance movement acts as the operational force of Dreamland from the moment of the event, restoring ancient mysteries and ushering in a new spiritual renaissance. It includes the dissolution of the quantum veil, an artificial black hole surrounding Earth, allowing for the ascension and arrival of benevolent visitors. The event is the climax of planetary liberation, a cosmic process that compresses all remaining anomalies to their breaking point, eliminating the dark forces' control over humanity. It includes a global financial collapse of corrupt systems, followed by the massive issuance of gold collateral to provide universal prosperity for beings of light. It will be heralded by the public disclosure of suppressed technologies, open contact with the benevolent Starfleet, and the deactivation of the artificial quantum veil. The resistance will take control of global communications for 1 or 2 weeks to broadcast messages of calm, historical truth, and practical protocols, preventing chaos while planetary order is restored and the transition to a higher state of consciousness begins. Breakthrough. The breakthrough of compression is the code name for the cosmic process that defines the event, a convergence of luminous forces that compresses the Earth's surface like a sandwich, breaking through all dark anomalies. The forces of light will advance downward from outer space, while the resistance movement will push upward from underground, exposing and eliminating everything hidden. When both positive forces meet on the surface, the rapture will occur, triggering a global financial reset and the beginning of a golden age in which humanity can create its future free from darkness. Humanity experiences the dissolution of the quantum veil, allowing for expanded intuitive perception, direct connection to higher planes, and activation of the light body, eliminating implanted traumas. Process. According to Cobra, the Earth is under the control of dark forces, which have manipulated financial, political, and spiritual systems for millennia. In response, there is a coalition composed of advanced spiritual beings, benevolent civilizations, positive occult groups on the surface, and ancient esoteric orders. In this narrative, the event is a planetary turning point characterized by mass arrests, a reset of the global financial system, the release of advanced technologies, the official disclosure of the extraterrestrial presence, and the end of occult manipulation. It is described as a sudden shift, but one prepared for decades by positive forces. Dreamland Operation would be the cultural phase following the event. Its purpose would be to initiate a new renaissance, restore ancient mysteries, reactivate spiritual lineages, bring global abundance and prosperity, and rehabilitate the role of the free human spirit. Cobra compares this process to the European Renaissance of the 15th century, but on a planetary scale and with access to advanced technology. Key elements of the Second Renaissance include the reconciliation of science and spirituality, art inspired by restored esoteric knowledge, new economic models based on abundance, the revelation of hidden history, and the activation of individual soul missions. Dreamland would therefore be the program designed to prepare the planet's surface for this cultural and spiritual flourishing. Madness. The madness of the end times refers to a state of collective mental and emotional chaos induced by dark forces in the moments leading up to the global liberation event. This phenomenon would involve mass panic, supply shortages, the collapse of social structures, and an accelerated agenda of negative controllers. Cobra links it to the desperation of dark forces in the face of the intervention of light, provoking etherically induced madness. The symptoms of this phenomenon imply widespread confusion, irrational behavior, disruptions to daily supplies, and a catastrophism prophesied in spiritual traditions. Opinions. According to Cobra, the Epstein files would trigger the physical intervention of the forces of light on the planet's surface. In his view, a smooth transition cannot be guaranteed. The dollar will not fall to zero, but there will be a crash. Then two forces will come into play. The negative scenario would be cryptocurrencies. The positive scenario is the plant of the forces of light. After the event, money will be available to fund humanitarian projects and healing centers. The money is already ready, but it is being blocked by the dark forces. A very special physical activation will occur that will change human beings at a subatomic level. This energy will anchor itself in the physical body and spread wherever it travels. There is a precise moment that requires physical presence in space and time. The timing of these encounters is very intentional. It is possible that some human beings will receive guidance to move to other areas. Islands of light in singular, will extend from the focal points to the new Earth. Anchor your individual golden timeline wherever you are. Anyone who holds light in their heart to contribute to the manifestation of peace possesses a crucial key to restoring balance. Geopolitical chaos, financial turmoil, and the exposure of dark networks are not signs of collapse. They are signs of a deep purification that must occur before the new can fully take root. Paradise Lost is not a metaphor. It is a real energetic state that this planet once held and to which we are returning now. The work is almost finished. Now is the time to act accordingly. The victory of light cannot be thwarted. Kindness and love are cracking the matrix more each day. And this planet and its inhabitants will know eternal peace. It is written in the stars, and we are helping to anchor that ancient prophecy on Earth. Every day we take a step on our blessed Mother Gaia. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.